Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. This is our Beast Tamer Bard build, episode 267. Last time we played, we kicked the shit out of Hepzibah. And when she got her ass beat, she summoned Papa. So we already beat Papa, but when we did it, we summoned Mastodons, and of course the Mastodons remained in the cutscene afterwards, so I couldn't see fuck all that was happening. So we're gonna kill Big Papa again without the Mastodon summoning. Hopefully, without too much issue, but it might be a very big issue. So we'll see. I mean, he totally counts as one of her favorite enemies, right? My fault for having such a ridiculous posse, I guess. You could be correct, I suppose. How's it going, Jay? We're trying to figure out what his type is. His typing is Demon of Strength. I am relatively sure that she has Demon of Strength. We can check real quick, just to make sure we're not wasting a turn for her. Right. Demons of Magic. Undead. And Demons of Strength. Okay, so yes, we do have Demons of Strength. So, she can give her bonus to everyone else. Let's see, what things do we have that are going to make the big difference? Prayer might actually be good. We really want to make other people stronger. That's all we can do. Okay. Baphomet is big boy, very big boy. We will try, I think, to just zap the shit out of him. He has a touch of 42, so actually that's very difficult. I think we're going to Evil Eye him. AC. Alright, Ninio is going to haste us. Crikey, mate. Alright, we want to start swinging.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Got 100 damage. Not the worst thing in the world. What are we looking at? We're looking at plus 30s right now. That only hits with crits. How do we maximize this? What can we do? That does not. Kinda does. Also kind of does. we are going to Holy Aura. Hello. Get over here. Okay. You still have. That's not. We need to. Wait, what's her touch AC? Is this like a whole fucking wasted amount of time? God. Just trash right now. Which, by the way, spent some time trying to fix the audio bug. Did not fix it. Do not know why it is continuing. I kind of feel like we're gonna have to do a series of things here. I don't remember how we actually beat him last time. I think we got kind of lucky. We're gonna do... We can't do a heroic invocation because we're fucking sickened. Annoying shit. You're saying might help.
I'm all right. I'm all right.
Holy hell. Not a big fan of the game being like, here's how we make this Demon Lord difficult. He just removes all of your buffs instantly. And then starts hitting you with massive things. Because it's like, okay, well, sure. That's how this game is done. I don't... Okay, the audio bug is kind of being annoying right now. Sadness hero. I don't know that we have real much to do other than just cross our fingers and fucking hope repeatedly. Right? Tackle. Riveting gameplay. Riveting. All right. Oh, it doesn't matter. We're not supposed to beat him. That's a thing. I guess that makes sense. Last time we were doing it, we were actually doing damage to him. I think we got lucky, obviously, right? But fair enough. You feel your hair stand on end. The blood boils in your veins. That actually, Now that I know that, I'm actually kind of like, I don't know that I like that, because now it feels like I'm being robbed of a fight with a Demon Lord, right? Because it feels like that honestly felt like if we went into that battle without Baphomet having I auto-cast this at the beginning of the fight and it removes all of your buffs, option. Without that, I actually think we probably cream Baphomet from what we saw right there. So it feels a little cheap that we're put into this situation. I've never been a fan in RPGs, though, of the unbeatable boss fight, the boss fight that, you're supposed to lose to. If mechanically I can make it to where I beat that boss You should have a contingency for me beating that boss. Otherwise, don't make it a fight, right? Like, just make it a cutscene. Like, if it was supposed to be a scenario where we can't beat Baphomet, then don't make me fight Baphomet. Make Baphomet come in, you know, cast a spell. It, like, knocks everyone back. It's just me. I'm, like, bound or something like that. You know, like, just make it a cutscene. Anyways, I'm not, like, super annoyed by it, but it's just a personal pet peeve. I'm not a fan of the unbeatable boss fight. Although I do want to clarify, I do think that's very entirely beatable, because like I said, last time we were actually doing legitimate damage to him. I think if it gave us enough time, we would kill him. So, the intended to be unbeatable boss fight, right? Like the survive, you know. Anyways, I actually, like, I was about to say, I cut myself off. I don't dislike survive X rounds bosses, as long as those bosses aren't survive X rounds and then they, you know, you're dead scenario. Because that's boring as well. Anyways. The blood boils in your veins and the fire within your heart is so fierce and hot, it feels as if it's about to burn through your chest. A cry springs from your lips, and at the sound of your voice, a light envelops the cave. The ground begins to shake as your radiant presence overwhelms those around you, knocking them back into the surrounding rocks.
Which of my enemies is responsible for this trap? Who has put you up to this, you pathetic insect?
Love his voice. Great. Actually, can we find out? Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, Baphomet. I think we looked this up, didn't we? Christian Sandford. Christian Sandford. I don't know. Maybe? Not coming up. At least not easily. So I cease my searching.
Such power must have a source. You are such a curious insect. I must see what is inside you.
Yata. I did like our last, our statement last time. Are you sure you're a match for me, dark creature? You should flee. And then comes Nocticula. So this is what we missed last time.
You are not going anywhere, you old goat. You made a fatal mistake when you dared to set foot here uninvited.
Again, I think I said this last time, but not really his fault. His daughter kind of like summoned him in.
Nocticula, Lady in Shadow, once again, I offer you an alliance. A great alliance.
I've told you before, and I'll tell you again. The answer is no.
Oh, hold up. How many tails does she have? Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought she had a single tail that split into 3 ends, but she actually just has 3 different tails. That's weird. That's freaky. And her magma hooves. I do like her wings though. Her wings are fucking cool. I haven't been able to. Most of the time when we see her, I guess you can kind of see the runes a little bit here, but most of the time when we see her, it's been like this. Right? And her statues don't clearly depict this. This is really neat. Very cool. Midnight bolts. Yata. and rips out his heart. If only it took one midnight bolt. It definitely does not.
It has been a long time since I last killed a Demon Lord. It is good to see that I remain unsurpassed in my craft.
Nocticula looks at you imperiously as she clutches Baphomet's still quivering heart in her hand. She raises it high in the air, and her triumphant voice breaks the silence. How'd you get here?
You have been absent for too long. You are the chosen instrument of my will, but for months there was no word from you, and no one in the Midnight Isles knew where you were. I watched you from afar, unseen, but then you also managed to hide yourself from my gaze. If it hadn't been for Lady Vorlesh, I would have thought you dead long ago. She kept reassuring me that you were alive, and then I felt your blood in my realm again, and I heard the sound of Baphomet's hooves as he walked through my land. That is when I realized two things. First, this was my chance to annoy the old goat, and second, betting on you was the right choice.
I think you did a little more than annoy the old goat. Accuse her of being a vile thief? Wow. I'm sad that Hand of the Inheritor had to get utterly destroyed. Although, I guess he didn't technically get utterly destroyed. He did get sent somewhere by Baphomet. Yeah, I'm not gonna go crazy. Thank you for your timely arrival, Lady in Shadow.
Oh no. You are the hero. I simply put the finishing touches on the work of art you created.
That is true. That is actually what you did. The demon gives you an indulgent smile as she replies kindly. Why did you decide to attack Baphomet? You didn't want war.
I did not want to enter into a difficult, exhausting war against Baphomet when he was at full strength. But massacring his minions when they are helpless and success is guaranteed? Well, that is a different matter entirely. Thanks to recent events, the slaughter can finally begin. Baphomet is frightened. He will not leave his abode for at least a year, because if he dies again within that time, his death will be final. This gives me an overwhelming advantage. My black bolts gave him a kiss he will not soon forget, and the memory of their touch will cool his fervor.
I feel less cheated because Baphomet is not fully dead. Baphomet is only a little dead. So he's doing the regeneration thing. So we could kill him again later, which would be lovely.
Two armies of demons will meet in the coming battle, and one of them will be led by its mistress in all her glory. The other one, however, will be cut off at the head and left without the leadership of its lord. In a year's time, I will have undermined Baphomet's forces and deprived him of his troops and allies. By the time he finally feels invincible again, it will be too late. And instead of crushing my servants and destroying my islands, he will be forced to bargain for his life.
Pretty good.
As you can see, I won this war before it started. And it's all thanks to you.
Got a cool headpiece. But I'm not sure that that's hair. Like, obviously she has hair here, but I'm not sure. I think that's hair in the back as well. But when you look at it in the back, it's a little strange. It's like she's got a dark mantle on her head for a crown. Okay, so this is going to be the explanation. He's not dead. Now that Baphomet is dead, will he become an island in your realm?
No. Any demon lord that is killed will return to their abyssal realm, where they will be reincarnated. Their body will be unharmed, but the demon lord will be vulnerable for an entire year. If they are killed again during that time, they will be drawn into the Rift of Repose forever. However, If I kill them, they will become an island in my realm. Therefore, nothing will induce Baphomet to leave his labyrinth during the next year.
Yeah, that's fair. Right? Like, if I was a demon lord, definitely be like, nope, staying at home. Said I was gone for several months, but my journey didn't take that long.
Perhaps it felt that way, but believe it or not, Alishanira has already forgotten the hot-headed Golarion who caused mayhem throughout the city. You may have ended up in some sort of temporal anomaly. These sometimes occur in the Abyss. Or perhaps someone arranged this anomaly for you. If that is the case, you are lucky to have escaped from it so quickly. You could have been gone for several centuries.
Yikes, my power has increased.
Of course it has. Everything went according to plan. Your fight with the Demon Lord sapped much of your strength, and you were forced to rely on the power that you were given by Lady Vorlesh. You reached for it instinctively, without even realizing what you were doing.
Meh. Enough about the past, let's talk about the future.
Every Demon Lord needs a weapon. Someone who will be an instrument of their will. Baphomet chose Hepzamira, and I chose you. I'm glad I picked the superior weapon.
Good job.
You proved yourself stronger than your counterpart, and laid bare the cowardice of my enemy. I, the Lady of the Midnight Isles, will give you the honor and glory that such a deed deserves. With a single blow, you have begun the great war between Nocticula and Baphomet. And I will reward you for this achievement.
I do have one question in this particular situation, right? Because Nocticula spoke about this when we first started speaking with her back in Alishanira, and that was that one of the reasons why she allowed what transpired with the world wound to transpire is because it was both an issue of Baphomet and Deskari, right? What's changed with that, right? Like, obviously Baphomet is weak right now and going to be unwilling to be at the head of an army, right? Meaning that Nocticula could be at the head of hers. But if those two have been working together, I guess technically Deskari might see this as an opportunity to stab Baphomet in the back as well. But if Nocticula and her armies ride out against the armies of Baphomet, and with Nocticula at the head, her armies destroy Baphomet's armies, her armies are still potentially going to take losses, and then if Deskari comes in at the head of his armies, right, now, like, that, so this is my scenario of, like, is this still a wise choice? Huh.
Your queen
We got the
will
Perilous
reward you for
Shade.
this deed, but she cannot match the generosity of the Lady in Shadow. Accept my profane gift, and remember the moment you triumphed. The moment Nocticula herself expressed her gratitude and respect for you.
What's a propane gift? Propane! What's a profane gift?
Every succubus can bestow her dark patronage upon whomever she likes. My magic will enter your being and enhance your already exceptional abilities. It will also allow me to watch over you and, if you are in mortal peril, help you. It will not make me your guardian demon, but you can expect to receive some aid from me. Furthermore, there is one aspect of the profane gift. It allows the succubus to affect the mind of whoever is under her protection. You have proven to be trustworthy, and so I will not exploit this by invading your thoughts. Others, however, will not be so kind to you. If a powerful demoness charms you with her magic and grants you her profane gift, you will become her toy. A mortal can only have the patronage of one succubus, and I would rather give you mine than leave your enemies a chance to cause you harm.
Arushale, please grant me your patronage as a succubus. Problem solved. Yeah, okay, obviously I, Jeremy, am very interested in seeing what this gift is, but I also don't want to go through the part and parcel with Baphomet again. So, and we can't save here. Otherwise, I would save and see what the gift is. I could look it up, but I'm trying to not, you know, look up literally everything in the game, because, yeah, why not? So I'm going to skip out on the gift. I'm going to say I don't need your gift. Because I think from the standpoint of our character, the Azada Mythic Path, I don't think that they would be like, fuck you, Nocticula, we hate you, you die, right? But I do think that they would be like, I don't think I want you in my head, please and thank you. For an Azada, freedom, I think is like the big thing. Willingly putting someone who can control your every thought or your every action into your head, I think an Azada would be like, fuck no. Just hella no. So hard pass. I don't need your gift.
You refuse my gift? Reject my favor? As you wish. My patronage will not extend.
That fucking audio glitch is really annoying. I really want to figure out what's going on with it. I tried verifying the integrity of my files and some other stuff. I think I'm going to try a reinstall. I don't know. DK. I don't remember it happening prior to the enhanced edition. So I think it's got to have something to do with the game files and not something to do with like my setup or the recording software or something like that, but I don't know. I need to do some tests. I need to just run some tests. It's fucking triggering me. Oh, actually, does it even happen in the? I wonder, because here's the other thing. I've been doing tests on a lot of different things here lately, and I have noticed that some of the things that I don't like about my stream setup don't actually translate into the recordings. So it's possible. I'm trying to watch the waveforms right now to see, and of course it's not doing anything right now. I'm trying to see if they disappear when the glitch happens. Nocticula's smile turns cold and ruthless, sharp like the blade of an executioner's axe. You promised you would help close the world wound if I killed Hepzibah.
Conquest is your next step. The world wound can only be closed where it was opened, in the Threshold Fortress. Go back to Golarion, gather an army, and bring the full force of your power down upon your enemies. Baphomet will wish to recall his soldiers as soon as possible in order to repel my attack.
There we go.
You will only have to deal with Discari's servants. When you get back to Threshold, stand on the edge of the rift that connects your plane and the Abyss, and we will execute our plan.
Interesting. What's to stop Baphomet from sending more slaves here to mine crystals?
I will stop him.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Baphomet's servants will be too frightened to go to the place where their master was killed. And whoever tries to mine my crystals will taste my wrath. You have fulfilled the mission for which you came, Golarion Crusader. The mining of Nahindrian crystals has ceased, and Baphomet and Discari will no longer have mythic demons under their control.
Excepting for the mythic demons that already exist, right? Because we know Mutasafen has sent an army of mythic demons to Golarion already. So there is an army of mythic demons that we have to face off against. There just won't be future mythic demons. But obviously, right, like the way the game's arranged and set up, they're going to have as many mythic demons as they need to. They have an entire army to pull from. So we'll be fighting mythic demons the rest of the fucking game, I'm assuming. Which is fine.
I will send my servants to destroy the network of passages they have carved throughout my islands.
Fair.
I will destroy all their portals, including the one that brought you to Alashanira.
Interesting. What's happening on Golarion?
It is clear that Queen Galfrey lacks your talent as a strategist.
Oof.
In your absence, she has made several mistakes that have brought Mendev's crusaders to the brink of destruction. She is a skilled warrior and a good leader, but that is not enough. It never has been when it comes to dealing with the world wound. You were the one who tipped the scales toward a victory for Mendev.
Oh, Galfrey, you done fucked up.
But you'll soon find out everything for yourself. I won't spoil the surprise.
Thanks for the no spoilers, Nocticula. I appreciate that. How do I get home?
The same way you arrived.
Okay.
Through the Nexus. The rift that led you into the Abyss is open. Of course, the Queen tried to close up every opening within the Midnight Fane, but I'll let you in on a secret.
We just go right back where we
She didn't
came.
close all of them. If you look hard enough, you'll find the way back.
Okay. I still have things to do in Kolifir.
As you wish. I only hope that when you get home, it won't be too late to save your plane. Now it is time for you to return to your plane. You are desperately needed there. And I must attend to my own affairs.
Nocticula's voice has taken the ominous tone of a dark oracle delivering ill tidings and grim portents. Okay, we gotta resurrect Sela. I'm gonna assume that Breath of Life will not work. But we will try. It did work. It did not work. What the fuck? What?
My will
Excuse
is
me?
resolute.
Let's try a raise dead on her. Okay. Big oof. Alright, well. We did the thing. Now we quick save. Looting Hepzamira, we find. Ring of Protection +3, Ring of Natural Armor +3. Meh. Belt of Thunderous Charging. This belt grants its wearer +6 enhancement to Strength. Okay. Also magnifies the wearer's momentum, granting her a +2 on the Bull Rush and Overrun maneuvers. What? You spooping them? You spooping all the spoops? In addition, whenever the wearer of this belt charges at an enemy, the enemy suffers a -2 penalty to AC against ranged attacks for 4 rounds. That's interesting. Beacon of Carnage. Okay. Medium breastplate. This +4 breastplate, it grants its wearer DR2. It increases by 1 for each enemy in melee range of the wearer, but no higher than 5. That's kind of cool. That's not bad. And then Dreadful Onslaught. It's not... She doesn't have a scythe. Of course she doesn't have a scythe. She has a pick. Totally looked like a scythe. Whenever the wielder of this +5 unholy heavy pick charges at an enemy, the enemy suffers 2d6 bludgeoning damage and must pass a reflex saving throw DC 27 or suffer a -2 penalty on all saving throws for 1d3 rounds. That's kind of cool. Let's make some notes. We want to potentially use the Belt of Thunderous Charging and the Beacon of Carnage. Okay. Let's go look at other stuff.
Splendidly.
These adamantine shackles have been enchanted. The enchantments block teleportation and any other abilities that involve extraplanar movement. So that's how he was locked there. Heavy shield. The undying love of the Hope Bringer. What the fuck? That is a hell of a... Okay. Let's take a read. An adventurer once made a pilgrimage around the world in an adventure, collecting catalysts and rare items. I'm trying to move a thing. It's not moving. From traveling high places, from climbing the tallest sacred tree, to delving the chasms of the underworld, from searching for loot within the dungeons and caverns, to climbing misty peaks of mountains, slaying mighty creatures larger than his own size. From his labor, he managed to search and obtain rare items such as a piece of bone from an elder dragon, an alloy bar that has been blessed with holy and the unholy, a twig from the world tree that's been blessed by the elemental spirits and the druids, and the abyssal water that reflects the constellations in the starry sky that can be obtained hidden in the labyrinth deep underground, guarded by putrid fleshy monsters. Okay, so first off, I think we've seen another one of these before. I don't know if these are like, I don't know if Wrath of the Righteous was kickstarted or anything like that, or if there's like, there were tiers of like content backers or whatever. I don't know, I don't remember. But this is absolutely not from the regular writing team. My assumption being that this is either a Kickstarter goal, if there was a Kickstarter, or there was a, a content backer, like donate this much money, or buy the game at this, tier, this platinum tier, $1,000 tier, get your own item with your own story in the game type scenario. You see that happen in a lot of different games, and that is perfectly cool. That is aces, but the writing for this is nowhere near the quality of the writing in the generalized game, or in the writing of the other stories for like the other relics or artifacts that we have found before. This is definitely got some. This smacks of me again. I do content editing and things like that. This smacks of me like someone very quickly edited someone else's stuff for like, this looks good, right? And ooh, it's fine, it's interesting, but so things to note, right? Like, you lose descriptives, rare items such as a piece of bone from an elder dragon, right? Like, there's absolutely more flowery ways to say that, but also more succinct ways to say that, right? Alloy bars, blessed with holy and unholy, something else blessed with, right? Like you see in writing like this, you see the usage of the same type of terminology or the same type of situation doubled up multiple times. And a lot of these putrid fleshy monsters, like, what? That's so vague. But it's a scenario of like, these types of things smack of a like I think it sounds weird, right? Like, but a tabletop RPG or something like that. And you're like, but Jeremy, You're playing a tabletop RPG. No, I'm not. I'm playing a video game, right? Like, the writing for a video game tends to be extremely different for the writing that you might get out of a TTRPG, right? Because most people running our role-playing games are not professional writers, right? Anyways, moving on. By the time the man had collected all the ingredients, he decided to gather a selective group of people for one last adventure with his old team to create his own legacy. See what I'm saying there? 3 remote areas, from melding them together in the hottest furnace inside the heart of the volcano, to the lonely, somber, cold mountain condenses material without letting it fall apart in sub-zero temperatures. We're losing cohesion and coherence. Then lastly, in Tranquil Lake, where special waters cleanse the impurities and allow the ore to keep most of its foundations. Finally, back in his workshop, he began to heat up the furnace and start to hammer on the anvil. The magic from the furnace flared and sparked off many colors as he kept hammering the mold for many days without stopping. Each hammer reminded him of the... See, it wouldn't be each hammer, it'd be like each blow reminded him of his adventuring days and the many obstacles he overcame, right? Like, altering the language there. From exploring the dungeons, discovering and learning new skills along the way, sailing for new horizons, to listening to his own exploits sang by the bard, little by little he imprinted a part of himself and little remaining of his own life force unto his masterpiece, until he finally completed forging something that could truly reflect himself, the undying shield of the Hopebringer. Okay, this thing has so fucking much going on. This is a +5 spiked shield. This shield also has a +5 enchant bonus to attacks and damage made by him. Once per day, the wielder can choose to assign light or dark aura for this shield. All enemies with light aura, all enemies in a 30-foot range are under fairy fire effect. Interesting. All companions gain a +2 insight bonus to saving throws and skill checks. Whenever an enemy lands a critical hit against the wearer or companion, the enemy must pass a fortitude saving throw DC 30 or be blinded and slowed as per the slow spell for 1d4 rounds. Additionally, any healing applied to the shield bearer will also heal all party members for 1d6 plus the shield bearer's level. Well, so that's fucking amazing. That's probably the single strongest ability on an item that we've seen in the whole fucking game. Right? Because that's a lot. And then with a Dark Aura, all enemies in a 30-foot area have a -2 penalty to initiative. All companions have a +2 profane bonus to attack of opportunities and critical hit confirmation. That's pretty solid. Whenever a companion lands a critical hit against the enemy must pass a will saving throw DC 25 or be under sleeping effect for 1d3 rounds. Wow. All curses, poisons, diseases, and mind-affecting spells have their save DC increased by 2 for both enemies and companions. Ooh, uh-oh. If the wearer is of good alignment, shield contains holy quality for all attacks with this shield. Additionally, for a standard action, the wearer can use Light Nova ability. I wonder if the verbiage here is also, like, because this is not written out in the way that the other items are. It deals damage to the wearer equal to 25% of her HP and heals everyone by 40 HP and deals 20 damage to all enemies. If the wearer is of evil alignment, shield gains an unholy quality for all attacks with the shield. Additionally, for standard action, the wearer can use a Dark Nova ability. It deals 20 damage to all his companions, and they get chosen of the Dark Nova effect, while all enemies in a 30-foot area receive Prey of the Chosen. Under Chosen of the Dark Nova effect, companions deal +5 damage bonus against Prey of the Chosen. If the wearer is of neutral alignment, the wearer can use both of abilities. Yeah, this is... The text on this needs an editing pass. However, if the wearer used one ability, the wearer can't use another ability until the rest. Interesting. I mean, that's a really solid shield, obviously. Like, just using it for the light aura, very, very good. So, I mean, what is Sociel even using? He's still using Immaculate Petal, right? That is spell resistance as well as negative energy resistance. 30, but I don't think that holds a candle to this, right? Yeah, definitely not. Fair enough. Hold the phone.
Beautiful.
Easy peasy.
The struggles never cease.
Okay, we still have our plus
I'm
45
trusting you.
perception going on here. Strange, confusing map of the Abyssal Realms. Religious icon depicts the head of a goat. The goat has a blazing star on its forehead. Pixie dust. Interesting.
Please forgive me. I'm glad I was useful to you.
Alrighty
Finished
then.
here. Is there more?
Oh, it's just a cold iron earthbreaker. That's less exciting. An unusually accurate map of Golarion. It depicts the topography of both Mindev and the World Wound with detailed precision. Interesting. Okay. We potentially want to go down there.
Let's see what we can do.
So we've got to
What's
make a
going on
couple of adjustments. Well, I say we got to make a couple of adjustments. We got a level, right? Like we got a level, and interestingly, right? Like we just prior to coming in here, we got a mythic rank, and now we're getting another mythic rank. So we did got a mythic rank, did a dungeon, got another mythic rank. So that's kind of cool. All right, that is going to be the end of this video. If you're watching on Twitch, stick around. We're going to keep playing. If you're watching on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed. We will see you next time for more Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.